Which animal is the enemy of a snake? As we all know, snakes are reptiles living in the natural world. It is here that they often engaged in the hunt for prey. Species of birds, rodents, and smaller mammals living in the forest inhabit an existence shadowed by fear in the presence of these slithering reptiles. But what about the snakes themselves? Can they freely roam the natural world, or do they too have reasons for fear? Well, a forest teeming with wild creatures is a perilous environment, even for snakes. There are other species of animals that could potentially attack venomous snakes if given the opportunity. Mongooses, eagles, honey badgers. Humans are also among the species that hunt venomous snakes for commercial purposes. In fact, even venomous snake species need to exercise caution in the presence of the world's largest venomous snake, the king cobra. To survive and thrive, they must adapt by maintaining a constant state of readiness to engage in combat, thus shielding themselves from the predation of various predators. In the upcoming sections of this article, let's analyze and explore more deeply some of the animal species that evoke the greatest fear in snakes. First, snake eagle. It's said snakes have nightmares about the snake eagle. This predatory bird has the capacity to decapitate and swallow an entire snake in flight. Though smaller than eagles, they are a huge image when soaring. They spot food, a sumptuous snake, and dive, catching the reptile in its talons. It returns to the air, the snake writhing. While mid-air, the eagle strikes. The legs of the snake eagle get serious protection via a layer of scales. The thick layer puts the kibosh on poisons. That is a great advantage for a bird that regularly and easily takes on black mambas and cobras in the rainforest and more of the world's deadliest, swiftest snakes. The snake eagle also gets its kicks hunting rodents, lizards, fish, and bats. Secondly, monitor lizard. The monitor lizard is a relatively large reptile. Its entire body is covered in scales. Despite its seemingly hefty build, when pursuing prey, it can run remarkably fast. This reptile is known for its varied diet, consuming all sorts of snakes, including venomous ones like the king cobra. Many people believe that the monitor lizard is immune to snake venom. It is quite possible that the lizard's tough and thick skin prevents the fangs of venomous snakes, like the king cobra, from penetrating to inject venom into its body. While eating, the monitor lizard even closes its eyes to prevent the king cobra from attacking its eyes. Thirdly, mongoose. Mongooses are the worst nightmares of snakes. They are short-legged animals with pointed nose, small ears, and long furry tails. Although these little creatures can eat lizards, rodents, crabs, insects, small birds, and mammals, their favorite meal always includes snakes. The mongoose has a unique defense against most poisonous snakes. So, why do species of snakes, despite their deadly venom, fear the small mongoose when confronted? First, the combat weapon of this mongoose species is long, pointed claws combined with strong jaws, along with quickness and sensitivity, making any opponent wary. However, that immunity notwithstanding, getting bitten by snake fangs is by no means pleasant, and mongooses rely on speed and agility to dart in with a lethal crunch of those jaws before settling down for dinner. Fourthly, porcupine. One of the unusual and unique characteristics of a porcupine is its immunity to a variety of toxins. It gives the animal the ability to consume a group of poisonous animals in the food chain with no ill effects. This includes scorpions, spiders, beetles, frogs, bees, and snakes. When faced with a venomous snake, the porcupine curls into a defensive ball, erecting its sharp quills to attack and aims to thrust its sharp teeth into the snake's neck. However, the porcupine must also prevent the snake from biting its muzzle, as such a bite could be lethal. Fifthly, king cobra. Out in the rainforest, the king cobra is the longest poisonous snake in the world. Some reach a frightening span of 18 feet, and one item that's always on the menu is other snakes. While these predators will eat large lizards and similar cold-blooded creatures, they live to keep snakes on the food chain. King cobras hunt and forage for their own kind constantly. The deaf king cobra has an acute sense of smell. It stays on alert for this prey, and once an odor is picked up, the cobra is on the hunt. Researchers say, for some reason, these predators tend to consume the snakehead first, as it seems to help with digestion. Curiously, some king cobras eat only one type of snake their entire lives. Sixthly, honey badger. With its immunity to a bite from a king cobra, honey badgers stay on the trail of snakes. Seeing its high-yield meals, the honey badger keeps its eye on the dense brush, the trees, and even burrows, looking for animals on its food chain. During the warmer parts of the year, when snakes are active, the predatory badger makes more than half its total feed of snakes. Even the deadly puff adder is prey. Science has not been able to explain the honey badger's immunity. Seventhly, secretary bird. Possessing a tall, graceful appearance, the secretary bird is known as the nemesis of venomous snakes in Africa. The secretary bird has one heck of a kick. The predator's force is 5 times their body weight. That's far more than enough to take out a big, poisonous snake in the blink of an eye. With crane-like legs, the secretary bird is over 4 feet tall. Unlike the majority of birds who look for the prey from the air, this creature hunts on foot. What venomous snakes in general used to their advantage are efficiency and speed. Unfortunately, the secretary bird can match it, landing a fatal blow to its prey's head with a great accuracy. Otherwise, the bird risks getting bitten or caught, but research shows the secretary bird moves fast enough that if the first strike went away, their motor control and visual targeting make a second shot a good bet. Eighthly, bobcat. The bobcat is a medium-sized wildcat species. They are a distinct species often mistaken for domestic cats. Bobcats have short tails and typically sport a tuft of black fur on the tips of their ears. A bobcat is going after a smaller animal every chance it gets. The predators feast on rabbits, snakes, rodents, eggs, and lizards. But the bobcat also likes a challenge, going after white-tailed deer and rattlesnakes in the desert. The bobcat is territorial and solitary, marking boundaries with their scent to keep out other cats. Males let the regions overlap with several females while reigning over 40 square miles of claimed land. They are shy and elusive. The bobcat is rarely seen by people. Bobcats roam at night and cautiously avoid us. They climb, slipping in rock crevices, fens, thickets, and hollow trees. Ninthly, Scottish Terrier. No species of dog has a natural taste for snakes, but they are curious. Breeders trained these dogs to seek out animals that move, so a lot of them go after animals like snakes. The Scottish Terrier is a confident and independent companion with high spirits. The dog has a piercing stare that conveys an acute awareness and erect ears that imply attentiveness. This is a working dog who comes off as efficient and professional. They make excellent watchdogs, and if there's snakes or snake eggs on your property, expect the creatures to skedaddle after meeting your terrier, or worse. Finally, humans. Although it might come as a surprise to many, there are many primitive cultures in the world that hunt snakes for their meat. To these people, snake meat is a delicacy that cannot be eaten regularly. Not only a familiar creature, a popular cultural symbol, a source of delicious and nutritious food, and a raw material for certain specialized industries, snakes also hold a diverse range of medicinal properties. With many benefits derived from snake meat that humans hunt more extensively, various snake species have become scarce and are gradually disappearing in the wild. In conclusion, snakes are formidable creatures in their own right, but they do have natural predators in abundance. Snakes aren't sociable animals, which means they're often on their own when under attack. Snakes can sometimes be easy pickings for predators who want an easy meal, but snakes do have their own defenses and are extremely careful not to make their presence known when they sense danger. If you find this video useful, please share and give it a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe channel and ring the bell to not miss any video on the screen. See you again in the following videos.